Hello. I thought I will share an experience with you. This happened with me many years back, I think 10 to 12 years back. And uh, me and my mother went to watch a movie, and we were watching this movie. I don't know which movie it was, some Hindi movie. And behind us, there was this little boy. He must not be more than 5. I think he must be 3 or 4 maybe, but not more than 5. He was sitting behind us with his elder brother and mother, and uh, for some time we were. He was quiet. He was concentrating on the movie, but suddenly I don't know what happened to him. He came near me, and from behind he very, very gently tapped on my shoulder. And I looked back, and he was there smiling at me. And I smiled back at him because I love children. And my mother also asked his name, which he to which he didn't reply. He didn't tell us his name. And his mother was a bit embarrassed that he's not letting us watch the movie. But I was actually enjoying his company. Again and again, whenever I uh, started to watch the movie, he very gently tapped on my shoulder and smiled at me. And then I looked into his eyes, and he was smiling at me, and his eyes, he was a kid, but his eyes were so full of love, as if he as if somebody else is looking at me through him. This divinity in him. He was looking at me, and I was looking into his eyes, and his eyes were like his eyes were looking like the sea. They were so deep. They were having depth in them. Sorry. And he was smiling at me as if he knew me since ages. His look was as if he knew me since ages, since a very long time. And there was so much love in his expression. There was so much love in his eyes. And when he was looking at me and when he was smiling at me, it was so, he did it so lovingly. And I have never ever forgotten this thing. I will never ever forget that little child. I think that some angel, or maybe Jesus Christ, some kind of divine being came into him at that time, because he was not looking he was not looking like a human being. His eyes were looking like some angels. They were looking so deep, so beautiful, and full of depth, and full of love. My mother was also trying to talk to him, but he somehow, I don't know why, he just looked at my mother, and then turned to me and he smiled. But he was not smiling at my mother. I don't know why, but he was smiling only at me, and I felt so happy. I knew that some divine being is inside him, and he was being guided to do that. Thanks.